Dunkin' is here to help keep you up and running, Philadelphia, with a free medium hot coffee Monday through Friday once a week for members only. So grab a cup of the new Explorer batch with smoky dark berry notes that's an adventure in every sip. Or give a try to the new Dunkin' Midnight, a richer, intensely dark roast with hints of chocolate. Get one free medium hot coffee once a week Monday through Friday for members. Join the Dunkin' app today. America runs on Dunkin'. Exclusions apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer valid through January 29th.
New Extra Charge Hot and Iced Coffee from Dunkin' is made with 20% extra caffeine from green coffee extract, because we could all use a little extra this year. Whether that's an extra boost, some extra boldness, or the drive to go the extra mile, we're extra ready for whatever comes our way and extra excited to take it on. Let's get it done with a medium extra charged coffee from Dunkin' for $2 with 20% more caffeine. And pair it with snackable stuffed bagel minis for an added all-day boost. Order ahead on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Bosch Home Appliances offer the easy way to perfect results. Our Bosch Autopilot ovens with preset recipes make family favourites a perfect success every time. Upgrade to PyroClean for the ultimate convenience. Or the Bosch IDOS self-dosing washing machines. Save up to 38% on detergent with one fill for 20 washes. With Which award-winning products and reliable local service teams, it's no surprise Bosch is Europe's #1 major appliance brand. Check out the full Bosch range in-store or at euronics.ie.
The Jaguar I-Pace is setting the pace for electric vehicles. Winner of the 2019 World Car of the Year, World Green Car of the Year and World Car Design of the Year. To celebrate this treble win, we're offering €3,000 off all Jaguar models, plus a free 3-year service plan. Set the pace. Book your test drive today at Conlon's Jaguar Nace. Offer available until the 31st of August.
Christopher Media, let's make some noise. Welcome to Beer Nuts, a weekly excursion into the world of craft beer, brought to you by MichiganBeerGuide.com. And now, here are the Beer Nuts.
Okay, everybody, welcome to Beer Nuts, episode number 142. This is your host, JR, and tonight we'll be tasting some great Michigan beers, and our actual host will be Greg Schmidt. Schmitty has furnished each of the beer nuts on the show tonight with some great brews from Holmes Brewing in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So I'd like to start out the show by introducing all the beer nuts tonight. So this is JR. I'm here in Sierra Vista, Arizona. And as we always do, introduce our last Untapped check-in. Mine was Cranberry Sauce Boss, an IPA from Evil Twin Brewing, with a little fruit in it, and it was delicious. And so we'll turn it over now to Greg back in Michigan.
All right, thanks, JR. Hey, everybody, this is Greg in Dearborn, Michigan, and my last Untapped check-in was Scorpius Morcella from Toppling Goliath Brewing Company. Their double IPA, it was fantastic.
All right, and then
that's a good one.
Yeah.
And we're moving down to Clawson, Michigan, to Dugout. Welcome back, Dugout.
Thank you. This is Dugout, Clawson, Michigan. My last Untapped was from Firestone Walker, Tsukaba, 2019, bottle number 8, because they get that specific. And and my Untapped comment was pretty epic, actually, and it was.
Awesome.
I had meant to save that, but it just kept like saying, "Drink me."
Kept picking at you. Nice.
Well, very happy to welcome back Uncle Pete to the show. He hasn't been on in quite a while. He's been at a busy summer, but welcome back, Uncle Pete.
Hey, thanks, JR. Good to be here. Uncle Pete in Rockwood, Michigan. My last Untapped beer check-in was Lagunitas Brewing, their standard IPA. I was up enjoying a week vacation in Traverse City, Michigan area by the Sleeping Bear Dunes, and I was barbecuing and just happened to have a couple of these in the cooler. So
sweet.
Good times.
Beautiful area to spend, that's for
yes,
sure.
Sir.
Well, speaking of beautiful area, we're going to go to the Pacific Northwest, and great to have another beer nut who hasn't been with us for a while. So welcome back, Eric, from Longview, Washington.
Thank you, and I hope you can hear me this time.
Yeah.
now all high tech with a computer and a headset instead of a phone that doesn't cooperate. But yeah, I'm back, and my last check-in on Untapped was a Great Notion IPA. Luckily, I've had people swinging by Great Notion for me, and I got a chance to swing by myself just a couple days ago. And I've got their Juice Williams IPA, which is another new IPA like everyone else to do, a new one every week. It was a great one, so it was a good day.
Well, those were some awesome beers there, and we're about to dive into some other awesome beers. And how awesome is it that people around the country get to try a Holmes beer from Ann Arbor?
That's right.
So I'm really looking forward to going through these. So again, thanks to Greg. And before I turn it over to him as our Holmes specialist, I'd like to just invite all our listeners, as we always do, to please crack open a cold one. Whatever you have is fine with us. We're not pretentious. Whether you're a Coors Light drinker, a White Claw seltzer drinker, or whatever you might be enjoying, there's always room at our table for you. So the goal of the show is just to introduce more good people to more good beer. So that being said, let's turn it over to Greg, who I believe has a membership to Holmes Brewery and can tell us all about it.
All right. Yes, that is indeed. I do have a membership to Holmes. I'm glad to have sent everybody here or delivered everybody beer that these last few releases that they've done. But a little background on Holmes itself. They are only 2 years old, a smidge over 2 years old. They opened April of 2017 on the west side of Ann Arbor. And their brew pub, if you want to call it, is only about 5,000 square feet. They are a very small place, but they are doing some really big things. And I was introduced to them about April of last year, my first time getting out there, and the beers I tried were just phenomenal, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity to become a member, and I'm so glad I did. They do can releases once a month, and the first few times out there, it was pretty quiet. You would show up at for a 11 o'clock release around 10 o'clock, and you'd probably be the first 10, 15 people. Now, if you were to show up at 10 o'clock, you would be halfway around the block. So that's to show you the popularity of Holmes has become in the last year or so. So what I sent out to these guys, everybody, just to name off the beers, and we'll go through it one by one. But I sent off an IPA called Shades. A double IPA called Skip Pass, a triple IPA called Tubes, and what I believe is one of their better beers, if to me at least, is their kettle sours or lactose sours, what they call as a sherbet series. Oh, so they are fantastic. And so, without further ado, let's go to the very first beer. And I believe, Dugout, you're going to do it. That's our Shades IPA. And just a little description on it before you talk about it. It's brewed with flaked oat, and it's double dry hop with Cryo Citra and Idaho 7 hops. So, there you go.
All right. Well, I didn't know the hop makeup, but I sure was going to guess that Idaho 7 was in this. But before I get to that point, this pours about as yellow can be. It is such a pale straw. It has the color of lemonade, actually. It's that light of a yellow color. Some nice fizzy head on it. And then the aroma hits you. You get this kind of overwhelming hop presence in the nose. A lot of citrus and a lot of I want to say stone fruit, and then just a little bit of pininess to it. And give this guy a taste. Now, this has the haziness of a New England, so obviously it's a New England style. But it's quite different in that there's some hop bitterness in this one. It's not just like kind of a slurry of hops, if you will. The actual physical hop presence is, there's no floaties, anything like that. It's very clean looking other than the haze. The bitterness fades off really, really fast and goes into what I'd like to think as the kind of that Idaho 7 kick. There's nothing else like it. Those hops just taste like themselves. But the Cascade Lupulin hops, or cryos as they're also known, are fantastic to use too. I mean, they just add such a depth of smell and of upfront hoppiness, but not lingering or bitterness. So, gosh, I really interested to hear what everybody else thinks on this thing, because I think it's really outstanding for a New England to kind of take a step away and start to get a little more bitterness in some of these beers. I think that's a great idea. So
I kind of agree, Dugout. This one poured beautiful yellow color, and I got to admit, most of the Holmes beers I've ever had, they're just a rainbow of colors, and they're beautifully colored. But you're spot on with the, bright yellow, very aromatic, very citrusy on the aroma, and a depth of hops that just hits you right as soon as you put it in your mouth. It's enjoyable. It's very well carbonated. I've got mine at like 36 degrees. I just pulled it out of the Keezer. So it's just really, really good at this temperature. And I also want to give thanks to Greg, to Schmitty. We're really glad that you became a member too. So thanks for the beers, man.
My pleasure.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And if nobody else mentions it tonight, if you get a chance to go to Holmes, their ace is their food, and they have sort of a Korean themed
Asian street
menu.
food. It's but I'd call it. Yeah.
Food, but man, I had some Korean stuff that just blew my doors off. Like I couldn't wait to get back, because even if they hadn't served any beer at all, if they just served water, I'd go back for the food.
It's a double dunk, man. You got the food and the beer, and they pair up.
And during can releases now, they've been doing breakfast burritos for those that come into line very early, and usually they're some of the best breakfast burritos I've ever had. So kudos to them for starting that.
Whatever they're doing over there is just like so much leaps and bounds above everybody else in the area, I think, and that goes beer, food, service. I mean, it's all just top notch.
Yep.
They've really zoomed to the top of a lot of lists in that regard. So good for them.
And for them,
good for us.
Speak back to Shadeslow. Do you guys get a little dankness off that beer?
Absolutely.
It's kind of it's a New England IPA, but I think they threw a little West Coast in there just to kind of mess with it a little bit. But
absolutely,
it really works out perfectly.
That was my loving comment on this, is that it does have some bitterness to it, and I'm ultimately tired of beers called IPA that have zero bitterness, because then to me they're not IPAs.
Yeah.
So I mean, not to get in an argument with anybody about styles and things like that, but if you got an IPA, you got to have some bitterness to it.
That seems like something that was going around a lot of chat.
And all their IPAs and doubles and now triples, they've been just spot on with their hop profiles and bitternesses, and there's nothing lacking in any of these beers that I've ever tried. So I guess we'll discover it going on too. So, but yeah,
these
fantastic.
Guys are the ultimate beer scientists, because they're not just doing one or two styles that good; they're doing a lot of styles that good, and I mean, blow you away good, not just like, oh, this is good.
And from what I've read from articles and stuff like that, the head brewer Nick he's open. The owner is open to giving him as much money as he needs to get, whatever possible flavors he wants to get in terms of the best hops, the best fruit, you name it. So I mean, really, the budget
pedal to the metal, man.
Yeah, man.
Putting the pedal to the metal.
if you got a hardcore fan base, which they do at this point, who doesn't blink an eye at paying for what the beer costs to make, then and everything you make sells out 100%.
Easily, yeah. Within a week, it seems like, if that, really, yeah.
Well, you guys are making me homesick from moving away from Michigan. I used to really enjoy running out there and bellying up to the bar and trying a few of their great beers, and then always had those flip top growlers, 32 ounce, a real good size. I would take those home and save them for the next card game I had with buddies, and everybody just always, highly enjoyed the beers from there and those growlers. So you can imagine how excited I was when Schmitty's box showed up on my door here in Arizona. First thing I did was rush it into the fridge to get it out of the elements. Luckily, the day it arrived, it was only in the 80s.
Oh, that's good.
Past day, so it wasn't like the 108 like today. But
God. How are you?
But in any event, I had the double IPA that's coming up next last night, and I'm tasting this one now, and listening to Doug's review, the one thing that, I guess I agree with the bitterness and a little bit of the dankness, but he mentioned stone fruit, and I immediately picked up some apricot and maybe a little peach as the fruits in this. The hop fruits come from the hops, but and later in the show when you try that sherbet, that's a style that I really haven't embraced, but I've had a couple of their sherbets, and they do it right. It's not like, juice and, oh, by the way, we added some Gosa or something. So, really enjoyed my visits there, and it's one of the things that I really do miss. One of these days I'll get back for a visit, and it'll be I'm going to try to hit as
homecoming.
Many as I can.
Homecoming. There you go.
We'll have a homecoming for you.
Yeah, John, all you have to do is ask, and I will gladly send you some more, So.
Oh, I appreciate it. Before we do that, I'll be, next up in the rotation for maybe a month or so down the road with a beer. But, hey, man, that's I really do miss a lot of my Michigan beers here. And it was such a treat to get these. And I'm drinking this Shades right now, and it's just unbelievably pleasant. And I feel very fortunate that you sent me this, Schmitty. So thank you again.
My pleasure. Awesome. My pleasure. Glad you guys are enjoying that one.
ChristopherMedia.net. SuperValue online shopping delivers convenience. And now with €15 off your first online shop over €75, we deliver value too. Or with our free click and collect service, you can pick it up in store, packed and ready to go. Shop online now at supervalue.ie. It's got to be SuperValue.
Everyone shouts about how fast their broadband is.
We're fast, mega fast, stupid fast, almost too fast.
But what do they say about reliability? Well, Dublin, with Virgin Media you get both. Ireland's fastest broadband network and 99.9% network reliability. Reliability at speed. See virginmedia.ie.
Terms and conditions apply. Ireland's fastest broadband network as awarded by Ookla. Network reliability. See virginmedia.ie/proof.
SuperValue online shopping delivers convenience. And now with €15 off your first online shop over €75, we deliver value too. Order before 12 noon and you can get your shopping delivered the very same day. Shop online now at supervalue.ie. It's got to be SuperValue. ChristopherMedia.net.
Are we ready to move on to the second beer?
I'm going to throw it back to you, Greg. And
sounds good.
It's the next beer.
All right, just a little heads up here on the next two beers for everybody listening. Our next two beers are actually collaborations with Holmes, with two other breweries. But this first one here, it's called Skip Pass. It is a double IPA. It's a collaboration with Weldworks Brewing Company out of Greeley, Colorado. And these were collaborated about the time of their Holmes' Nucleate Beer Festival, which was the beginning of June of this year. So all these big names came in for the festival, and we're grateful they did, because a couple of them decided to do a collaboration with Holmes. So this one is a triple dry hopped Michigan Copper and Cryo Mosaic IPA or double IPA. I'm sorry. So I think Pete, you're taking the reins on this one.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. I mean, I just love the first one we had, and this one. I mean, let's just start from the beginning. When you're looking at one of their beers, you look at their artwork and simplistic, new age designs on their cans and labels, and they're attractive and they make you want to check them out. I mean, they have just got the color palette and the texture and just the artistic twist on their labels. It's really cool. I don't know about you guys, but that's how I feel.
Absolutely.
But,
I mean,
yeah.
they're eye catchers for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, this one comes in an orange colored can. It's the Skip Pass Imperial Double New England IPA, 8% ABV, and like Schmitty said, triple dry hopped with Michigan Copper and Cryo Mosaic. I've never heard of Michigan Copper, so I don't know what that is. But anybody ever heard of that? Dugout, you brew a lot.
Yeah, I brew a lot, and when I read that was the first I'd heard of that one. So
okay,
I've heard a little bit of it. Obviously, I don't brew, but I've heard a few other places using it.
Okay. Well, we're going to find out more about it when let's taste it, see what it tastes like. So I pop this one open and give it a pour. Boy, again, a very nice light color, like shades. Maybe a little on the darker yellow side, but not much. Great white froth and hazy, just as hazy as Shades was. Again, a whole nose full of pungent hop aroma. Just very floral and citrusy. It's really pleasant. I mean, this is the kind of beer even Shades was too. That besides tasting it, and it has that extra hoppiness that you don't usually get a lot of them. That fade fast. But let's taste this one.
Yeah, that one's different than the last one.
Ooh, that one has a much more. The mouthfeel is thicker, more syrupy. It's not a syrupy, but it's just thicker than the Shades was. I guess with the being a double IPA, an Imperial, the grain bill had to be a pretty good sized grain bill, so it's really contributing a lot of body, a lot of sweetness. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of beautiful sweetness from the hops. It might sound strange, but I think that heavy base of malt body is able to carry just this huge amount of hops across your palate, and it's not going anywhere. It's just kind of coated it and it's sticking around. It's very fruity, mango type juicy fruits. So, this is a real step up the ladder in terms of probably alcohol, in terms of body, and in terms of lingering hop aroma and flavor as we went away from Shades a few moments ago and jumped into the Skip Pass. Anybody else tasting it? Tell me what you think.
Yeah. Does anybody else see the ABV?
Well,
like you said, it seems to be...
ABV is 8%.
Okay, I couldn't find it, but
I've got a little bit here. I've got a little bit here on Michigan Copper hops. It's listed. It's a proprietary hop from Great Lakes Hops. It is available commercially, and it doesn't seem to be very, price gouged or anything like that. $2.99 an ounce. It says it's rich in fruit and candy notes, and this hop has been likened to Hawaiian fruit punch, black cherry, red hard candy, and hibiscus resin. So it goes well in big juicy IPAs as well as pales, wheats, Belgians. I'd be interested to try that hop in a Belgian, that's for sure. Alpha acids are 9 to 13, so you can use it for some bitterness, but that's the versatility part of it. It does have some bitterness to it, but with a flavor profile like that, you're so much better off using it in late additions. But that's the skinny on that.
Yeah, sounds great.
I enjoyed one of these last night, and I remembered being. You mentioned syrup, and I'm surprised Doug didn't jump in, but we always use the term beerup, and it had that really nice thick mouthfeel that we kind of call that resinous, thick and sticky mouthfeel. That's one of the things that I really enjoyed most about this. and a great, fantastic flavor. And like you said, it was just pretty much a little bit more of everything. More hops, more malt than the shades we just had, and more alcohol. So truly an enjoyable brew, though.
Well,
Absolutely.
and if you think about it, this is collab with Weldworks, correct? And,
Yes, it
and
was.
Weldworks is known for their beer Juicy Bits,
Yep.
kind of
I totally get
in
that.
reality blew a lot of the New England brewers out of the water that somebody in Colorado was doing it this well. And that's a well sought after beer. So to think that these guys did something together is just pretty cool. In my book, anything with Weldworks attached to it is going to be cool. But Holmes on top of it makes it like ultra cool.
It's a power duo, man. Power duo in this style.
So I got a question.
And then Mosaic Cryo hops in this one. So they go balls to the walls on this stuff, all that sweetness and then you get that, that distinctive Mosaic and the Mosaic being cryo. I mean the nose on that beer is just incredible. It's just amazing.
Eric, you said something? You want a question?
Well, I was just wondering, how does this compare to Old Nation for you guys that have a ton of Old Nation? I know you sent that to me, and it's awesome. Is this replacing it or just going next to it?
Yeah. I think it's similar, but at the same time, they're different.
I'm happy to answer this one though. This is like head and shoulders above M43. In my opinion.
It's bolder.
That's awesome.
Much bolder.
It's whatever they're doing here. They're taking an extra step to clear out all that residual hop solids and a lot of floaties that you'll see in the Old Nation.
Mm-hmm.
And when you hit the bottom of that can, it's pretty murky and truby.
Gotcha.
You don't get that in a Holmes beer.
Yeah.
So they're cleaning up a lot of that stuff. And some of the M43, if you get it really, really fresh, it's too fresh. You got to let it sit for a week or two because you'll get a hop burn off of it.
Too hot.
Well, if I could add something else too, I mean, Old Nation is now available almost everywhere. It's which is great because it's a great high quality beer, and you can get it at the grocery store and at your local party store in Michigan. I wish I could get it here in Arizona, but But that being said, so you got a beer here that's like sort of rare, and you got to be local or connected, like have a membership like Greg, or wait in line for a long time to get this. But it's also great to have a brand like M43 or Plus Tweed from Old Nation that they've been able to produce on a larger.
Much larger compared to Holmes. It is much larger. Yes.
So this might be a step up in quality, but then you got there's pros and cons to each beer, and
not being able to get it. Yeah.
Now that it's not ready.
That's about your only con on this one, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I would like to just thank Greg for throwing a Boss Tweed in because
I was just gonna say that too.
I didn't get one.
The old
I must have got yours.
Go to Meyer, they got
a nice Michigan beer care package when I first moved here, but it's all gone, and now I got that one Boss Tweed.
Okay. Time for a refill.
Time for a refill. That's right. Just a little teaser until the next one.
So I had no idea when I moved here that it would be I would miss those beers so much because there's beers everywhere.
Greg, I'm pouring another glass of this Skip Pass and raising it to you, and thanks for the share. Good comments, everybody, and great beer, and looking forward to the next one as we move along.
Any other comments on Skip Pass, Eric? Got anything?
That was just the fact that so many of these hazies are now getting some more bitterness back in them is the big thing that you seem to see online.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying, I don't think I want any more hazies because I miss the West Coast IPA and I miss the East Coast IPA and I miss the New England IPA, and add them together. This is perfect.
Yep.
Amen.
Agreed. So I guess that means we're ready for our third beer. Huh. So if everybody's ready for it, their next one is called Tubes. And Tubes is a triple IPA collabed with Equilibrium Brewing out of Middletown, New York. And I imagine a lot of people here have heard about it, heard of Equilibrium, or maybe have tried a few of their beers. This one is a double dry hopped, obviously triple IPA with Galaxy, Cryo Citra, and Simcoe hops, and it comes in at a beautiful 10%. So, JR, you are the honoree to start us off.
Well, I'm honored and fortunate to be able to review this one because I love Galaxy hops, and I love beers with Galaxy hops. So I kind of lobbied to taste this one, and I won. So I haven't had this yet. Greg sent me 2 cans. I waited until tonight, so I'm just popping the can now. I just finished my shades. So now I'm going into this, and I will have an impartial review, having never had this. So I'm pouring it into a nice, appropriate IPA glass here, and it has an appearance very similar to the other 2 beers we've had, that light yellow straw color. I probably should have taken a little bit more care when pouring it, because I got about a 2-finger head now that's leveling off. But a nice, really white, bright white head, which is looks great. Almost, man.
Get some in your mustache.
Now that I'm looking in the light, it's a little bit. It is darker than the other 2, just slightly. So I'd say it's between yellow and golden, but really looks well. So my aroma, I'm getting a little like it smells almost like pineapple, mango pineapple, very fruity. So let's just taste this bad boy. And I am getting that like pineapple mango, and I can definitely tell there's Galaxy in this. Wow, that is there's definitely bitterness too. So we're there with like the melding of the New England style with some West Coast bitterness. I'm looking on the website. Awesome. 10% double dry hopped with Galaxy, Cryo, Citra, and Simcoe. You're getting a little bit of that grapefruit from the Citra. So I'm getting pineapple, grapefruit, definitely significant bitterness. So, Eric, I think you'll probably really enjoy this. But before I move on, I just wanted to say one thing before I forget this. I'm shocked that no one mentioned that Holmes stands for the 5 Great Lakes.
Of course.
Area,
yeah.
Michigan.
Class.
Yeah.
Say it together.
Erie and Superior. So that's what the acronym stands for.
That's
Holmes.
right.
It's the first letter of each Great Lake. So
I should have brought that up first.
Wow.
I'm glad you didn't. It gave me something to talk about.
It is a cool acronym. I've always wondered, along with their acronym, Holmes, their logo is like an inverted pyramid, kind of an. I always wondered what that inspired that, and if anybody knows, let me know.
I don't know, but I think it's a really cool logo. I like having it done.
Yeah.
I got their hat.
It's an inverted pyramid, but it's got a fan type or fin type, hard edge on the top, and then the left side.
Yeah, like 5 of them. I wonder if that kind of lined up with 5 of the great,
for the longest is the biggest lake, and the smallest one's the smallest lake.
Maybe.
It could very well be.
So I've taken a few more sips.
We'll have to have a beer and think about that. Yeah.
Okay.
More sips. Back to the beer. Back to the beer.
Twist my arm.
Focus.
I've taken a few more sips, and this is bold, man. This jumps out at you. And for a 10%er, it really doesn't. There's not like a fusel alcohol. It hides the alcohol well. It's all about the hops here. There's bitterness, but they're using a lot of hops in this. This is not like a beer for the weak.
I got one word, and it's pineapple.
There you go. Pineapple and mango to me.
It really looks like pineapple juice too.
It does.
It's got, like, if you were to take an entire pineapple and put it into a food processor, that's sort of the body that this beer entails. Also, I mean, it is thick, and we talked about some beer on that last beer, but this is thick, man. It's almost approaching like you make some Jell-O, and just before it gets to the hard stage, that's where it's at.
Jello.
But you can tell, Dugout, you guys know as brewers, man, this takes a lot of ingredients to get a beer this robust.
Yes, and it takes some real
cheap.
precision too, because you got a lot of money involved in this beer. You don't want to mess this up.
It's not cheap. That's right. You don't want to F up anywhere along the way.
I wonder how many small batches of this stuff they do before they actually put it into production. They've got to be brewing it on a small way in order to, you can't just come up with this. And brew like huge tanks of it and spend thousands and thousands and then have it not.
Their buddy that hangs out while they brewed on the small system, and then somebody needs to empty out that small system.
I know, right?
Who else here is tasting this beer right now?
Oh, man.
If you're not, you should be, because
Uncle Pete's tasting it. Now, like I said,
even though it's a tenor, it's a really good tenor.
And take it for what it's worth, but Untapped's got a 4.51. This is the real deal here.
I'm going to call this one personally. I'm going to call this one actually smoother than the Skip Fast Double. The Skip Fast Double was very bold. This one just seems to meld together a lot nicer, and it's really smooth to me.
So this is the one with the Simcoe, Cryo, and Galaxy, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Or Citra.
Citra. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think we all need probably a minute or two to finish this before we go to the grand finale, the sherbet. But I think we do have some hipster tipster stuff in the news. So one of the things that was brought up was that Founders Brewing out of Grand Rapids is now available in all 50 states. They announced today that Hawaii is being added to their distribution footprint. So you Founders lovers, rejoice. You're now nationwide.
That's cool, man. Hawaii.
And more good Founders news. They have listened to their customer base, and CBS, Canadian Breakfast Stout, one of their great barrel-aged offerings that we all know and love, has always been available in the U.S. in bombers, and there's been an outcry to have it in a smaller format. I mean, you're talking about a big beer that, is probably more suited for a 12-ounce, and in past years, they've always distributed 12-ounce bottles in foreign markets, including Canada, which is right across the border from us Michiganders, and basically forced us all to buy bombers. Well, they announced that we have heard your voice, and we are now going to release this year's 2019 CBS in 12-ounce bottles. So that'll be a great treat.
I wonder if they'll have. The question is, will they have Dudley Do-Right on the label or not?
Probably not.
Oh,
I think didn't the Mounties from Canada object to that on the label?
Yeah, there was a sensitivity going on there. I remember.
They had the horse with no Mountie this year as like a protest to that, but. Anyway,
it's like the breakfast baby disappeared too.
Regardless of what's on the label, I know when they first CBS came out many years ago, and then it wasn't released for a long time. There was a lot more maple in the beer, and in recent years, when it was mass produced, the maple had kind of disappeared. So I'm hopeful that this batch will be a little better, but I still enjoyed the later batches too. So, but that's the Founders news. I
think it's great they've gone to Hawaii, though. I mean, that was the last outpost that they hadn't been to yet. So, maybe they can put out a nitro beer over in Hawaii, a mothership series or something, and call it Tiny Bubbles or something.
One of their brews.
How about HBS Honolulu Breakfast Stout?
There you go. HBS.
Pineapple in it.
Oh, or spam.
I like that.
So Scrapple for Dogfish, so they can make spam for the Hawaii version.
Yeah.
Well, on a not so pleasant notice, a brewery near to some of our hearts, especially those in Michigan or like me that have been in Michigan, the Cellarman's Brewery sadly has announced that they'll be closing, I believe, July 27th, and I'm not going to talk any further than that. I'm going to pass it to Dugout, who's closer to the situation. Maybe you can mention what Cellarman's has meant to the Hazel Park community and how much they'll be missed.
Well, yeah, Cellarman's is just really, they're 4 years old. They're out of Hazel Park, Michigan. They are mainly they do mead and they do some beers. They really kind of invented the session mead, and they did a lot of meads that were 6 and 7%, 5%, so that you could have several of them. They did one of their famous, or their infamous ones, at least locally, is called Moscow Mule, which is a Moscow Mule mead. But they've also done some heavy ones and some light ones, and their beer is always good. It's looks to be like an old lumber yard or hardware store place. They originally were renting it for like $2,500 a month, and just recently the landlord decided to kick it up to $7,500, and they don't work on a margin that can cover that. There's been some other unfortunate incidents within the management and ownership and they just said no, and it's so unfortunate because here was Hazel Park. There's some good stuff going on there, but they're the ones that brought it in. They're the ones that made the strip in Hazel Park cool. Otherwise, it was just a wasteland. And then here comes their landlord just jacking the rent. Like, oh, I can. Absolutely. Total dick move. They were releasing some incredible stuff tonight. They've got such a deep cellar, and they're not going to hang on to it. So the next couple weeks, they're going to be releasing.
Fire sale,
releasing. So if you go on their Facebook page, they'll just they'll show you what they're releasing. I mean, some of the stuff that came out tonight is just amazing. I'm just hoping it's there tomorrow for when I get off work, because that's right where I'm heading after work tomorrow.
Well,
you better go on your way to work if you want to get some.
If I can just add a little bit, these guys are really, really fun, great guys. We had, when I taught at Schoolcraft College in the brewing program, those guys came out to our industry nights, and they'd give their speech in front of a big crowd of people and drop some F-bombs, and they were just real about who they were and what they were doing, passionate about what they did, and they stole the show. So when I say that, it's not like they created controversy or people didn't like them for that. They actually appreciated their candor, and just really good guys. And I really hope that somehow they land somewhere else. I know that their vision was to help Hazel Park, become what it could be someday. And I just hope that maybe somebody, maybe with some real estate interests in the area will, give them a break and provide them with a place to do that, to keep honing their craft, because you go in and there's always a couple meads, a couple ciders, and a couple beers, and that's what they were about. And it's really sad, even 3,000 miles away, to hear this. It just breaks my heart that these guys aren't. So I'm sure they'll land somewhere, but it's a blow to hear this.
Yep. I hope they all find a silver lining in it, because they deserve it.
Yeah, fingers crossed that they do. I mean, I've seen some great music shows there. I think they've got some coming up. They've got, I think their last night open, July 27th. They've got like 50 comedians, and each comedian does like a minute or 2 minute set. So that seems to me like I want to go there for that.
Yeah,
it'd be fun.
That's too bad.
But on to better things, or more pleasant things. We got some more.
Absolutely. But I salute those guys, and I wish them all the best. They're great guys.
Yeah, really, they're really awesome. I mean, they have rescue dogs behind the bar, and they just jump up and wag their tail at you when you went in to order a drink,
and they had a
fun
sign.
Stuff.
You remember the sign when you walk in the door? They're like, there's big long tables. They're like, if you don't, something to the effect of, make a new friend if you come here and don't be a dick. They were just real about it, and I always had such a great time there. And these guys just they pulled no punches, and well, I'm sure they'll land on their feet again because good things happen to good people.
ChristopherMedia.net.
Everyone shouts about how fast their broadband is.
We're fast, mega fast, stupid fast, almost too fast.
But what do they say about reliability? Well, Dublin, with Virgin Media, you get both. Ireland's fastest broadband network and 99.9% network reliability. Reliability at speed. See virginmedia.ie.
Terms and conditions apply. Ireland's fastest broadband network as awarded by Ookla. Network reliability. See virginmedia.ie/proof.
SuperValue online shopping delivers convenience. And now with €15 off your first online shop over €75, we deliver value too. Order before 12 noon and you can get your shopping delivered the very same day. Shop online now at supervalue.ie. It's got to be SuperValue.
ChristopherMedia.net.
I'll turn it back to Greg. I think we got a grand finale coming here that Eric's going to review, but tell us about it, Greg.
All right. So last but not least, part of their sherbet series, which I have experienced now well over a year. When they first came out, or when I first joined up, they released a blueberry one with, I believe it was basil. That was fantastic. But this offering is called Black and Yellow. It's a kettle sour brewed with milk sugar and blended with black currants and blackberries and aged on lemon zest. And it's a easy drinking 7%. And Mr. Eric, you are the guy that's going to tell us all about it.
7%. I'm struggling to find the ABVs on these cans. I love their design.
Yeah, I don't know if they do that.
They're on there. Okay. You just got to look them up. Well, I will send you a blank check to just keep sending me a couple of cans of sherbet that comes out.
You go visit Great Notion. I'll send you whatever you want.
We might have to do a Great Notion version of this where Eric sends 2 cans of everything of Great Notion to somebody.
Deal.
It might be a month or 2 out down the road, but where I can actually get 2 4-packs of everything. But this sherbet is amazing, even after trying those IPAs, because I tried the sherbet before, when I probably wasn't supposed to yet, before the IPAs. So now I got to switch palates, because my dad showed up a little bit ago, and I've been sharing the IPAs with him, and I'm going to switch back to the sherbet for a sec.
Hey, it's our podcast. We can make the rules what we decide to drink first and when we get to decide. So
that's right.
It's all good.
My buddy Eddie didn't show up this year. My dad showed up.
It's our podcast.
He's shit. This, both those IPAs and this sour are right up there with a few of the best breweries that we've got out here, if not as good or better than, I hate to say it, being down in the Pacific Northwest and you guys being in Michigan, but the sours that we get from Modern Times and the IPAs we get from Modern Times, the ones we get from Great Notion, the sours I get from DeGard, this is right up there with those. I mean, the DeGard sours and, Cascade and a few of those other ones that are real sours, aged for months and months and months. And then you've got this other version of these kettle sours that if you can make them faster and throw a bunch of fruit in them to where they're not gross, just cans full of fruit, but where if you can get them that they taste like this and they're actually 7% and not 3% or 4%, they're just amazing. And this one is a great example of that. I struggle not to just fill my glass up again and drink it before it was my turn.
Just do it.
It's all right. No rules.
It helped that I
don't hold back, man. Don't hold back.
I had 3 IPAs to tide me over until it was my turn, but this is a great, and it's not black and yellow at all. It is absolutely just a glass full of blackberries, and all the extra adjuncts that they put in there with the lemon zest and everything are great. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with this beer at all. I can see why these things are 4.5 on all these different beers that are online.
Yeah. Good score.
Well, easily a 4 or 4.5. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. They're the perfect balance of fruit, and they're not pulpy. I mean, I've been getting some beers from different places that you get just full pulp everywhere, but these guys are super clean. They really know which flavors, or maybe like we've discussed, maybe they've been doing small batches and they're like, all right, these flavors are going to work well. Let's do it. Let's make a big can out of this one. Yeah. So they're killing it. I mean, they're absolutely killing it on all levels. So
I've had guys afraid to send me some of the slushy ones that everyone keeps calling them, and they're so full of fruit and they're going to explode when they send them. And
the 450 North,
450s and Answer, yes, Answer and all those ones. Mike, one of our friends of the podcast who we haven't asked to be on yet, he sent some great stuff, but these guys don't seem to be worried about it. You send them no problem, and these are great. These are better than the Veil ones and stuff that I got that everyone's worried about exploding, and they don't have chunks of fruit in them.
And I'll second that 450. I've had one can explode on me while opening, but we're not here talking about 450 anyway. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed this one. I hope everybody else as well enjoyed Black and Yellow, and it's just a fine example of what they do every month. It's they always have a sherbet. It seems like so.
That's crazy. I would take all of these every day.
Good.
I'd like to try that peach that's just come out.
There's sour IPA. Yes, that's out this week.
We will hold while you go there and get some.
I'll be all right. I'll be right back.
Well,
okay, good.
And what I would say is I haven't had 450, but I've had the Answer Veil ones, and I remember the guy that went down there and got some, and I was curious, and I got a couple of crowlers, and he came back, and everything's in a cooler of ice because. Hey, make sure you keep it cold. It might explode. And it was just it was like drinking a glass of fruit juice with a little Gosa poured in, which is what it is. I don't want to trash Answer because people love their stuff and they're making. There's a demand. For product. Yeah. There's a demand for their product, but it became that slushy thing. Became a style that I kind of was disenchanted with and really didn't want anything to do with and. Wasn't willing to pay $22 a crowler with like the rest of the world.
Jesus.
But when I taste this, I mean, this is something, especially out here in the hot climate, man, this is delicious.
Yeah.
I don't have any of those issues with it. It's not a glass of fruit juice with some Ghost added. It's like a real beer. And gosh, it's fantastic. And
this was a realization. I mean, I've had a bunch of different good Gosas and all over the place, but this crosses that line from just Gosa into the fruit Gosa, and it's not. Yeah, there's no worry about it exploding or anything like that. Yeah, why would? Yeah, like you said, I don't want to trash anybody, but why would I would take a case of this instead of any of that other stuff?
I just like how it's balanced across the sweet, the tart, and the fruity. It's not too much of one or the other. Right, know what I mean?
It's one beverage, and when you get that other stuff, and at least my experience is, it's juice with something else. This is one beverage that tastes phenomenal.
Yeah,
So the hat is off to Holmes Brewers. You got it right.
Yep.
You made it. You made a believer out of me, and that's somebody that when I saw the cans come, I'm like, this would have been my least favorite option. Now it's one of my. Right up there with the rest of them.
So, Greg, why would they call this Black and Yellow sherbet? I don't understand that.
Well, I think the black is the black currant and the blackberry, and the yellow was because it's on lemon zest.
Ah, okay, good.
Yes, and there's a lot of lemon in this. As this was the first one I opened before we even started the show. And then I just put it to the side, knowing that we're going to do this last. And mine's warmed up. Mine's warmed up quite a bit, and now the flavors come through big time.
Yep.
And they're approaching fruit infusion on a mead level, and dare I say, like a Schramm's type mead or Garagista, where they're putting in like huge amounts of fruit. And the fruit is pure and it shines right through. You don't get any stemminess or any medicinal qualities to it. It's just you really just get this fruit. And the tartness and the lemon goes to the sour of it. And, man, that makes for a great experience.
It does. It's like 3 in 1. It's awesome. You get all three of those qualities in it.
I mean, and like I said, this was the first beer I think I was really turned on by them. And I mean, they've produced so many sherbets. If you go on Untappd right now, I'm scrolling right now. I can't believe how many they've gone through. But blueberry passion fruit, raspberry lime, strawberry raspberry, guava, which was my absolute favorite.
Yeah, send them all.
Yeah, right. As they release, I will. But
all right, Greg. Well,
I got DeGards. I'll trade you.
Sorry to interrupt, Greg. But, if there's one fruit that I gravitate to, it's anything guava. So
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
mine next time there's a guava. I won't bother you for anything else but that.
No problem. No problem. You know, and it's what's great lately about Holmes is they seem to be ramping up their production. I don't know if they're brewing off site. They must be because they've increased their production. So they're offering more stuff for us guys in line and even for the non-members that happen to stand in there. So so it's great for us. I mean, we're definitely walking away with there with more beer and we're definitely grateful. So
No
when
doubt.
guava does
Thank
come
you.
out, I will definitely offer it up to you.
That's the hard thing. I just not buy it all. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm only muling myself, so it's hard to carry it out.
I'll come help you.
I'm sure.
I'd come help you too. Just say the word, and I'll meet you right
absolutely. You know, most of the time they're doing. Lately, they're doing like for right now. This week they're doing their peach. Metaform. They've been doing it for members Monday through Thursday this week, and then Friday's the general public. But on a regular release, at least before football season, they've been doing Saturdays.
Yeah.
And then once U of M starts playing, over there in Ann Arbor, they'll be doing a lot of Fridays to avoid that, that crowd that comes in on Saturday afternoons, or mornings. So, but
and they're closed
they're
on
definitely busy.
Damn it.
Yeah, right. Well,
that's usually when I try to stop there and I go, damn it, I forgot. They're closed on Mondays.
Yeah. Gotta have a day off sometime, right?
Yeah, but not the day I was there.
Well, and they open later too because I'm over there during the day.
4
o'clock. They don't open till
4 o'clock.
And
yep.
I drive right by it and wave and go, oh, I'm so sad I can't stop.
I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday though they open at 11 or 12.
I think it's Friday, Saturday,
Friday,
Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday.
Friday. Yeah. The weekend anyway. They open.
Yep.
Well, good for Holmes, man. We love you.
Yes, we do. Absolutely.
I'm glad you all enjoyed them.
Thank you, Greg.
Oh, thank you, Greg.
Yes, thank you very much.
Well, I guess that wraps up the Holmes episode. All home runs, fantastic brewery.
All Holmes runs.
I'm only
Holmes runs. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to my Holmes coming someday when I come back.
So many members for their festivals.
We'll all have to have a powwow at Holmes when I get back there, and
yes.
So, any other comments? Anybody? Parting shots? Parting thoughts?
Hey, it's a hot summer. Keep drinking the great beers. Stay hydrated, everybody. Wherever you're at, enjoy the beer nuts. Check out our podcast, man. Check them all out.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, and it's great to have, number one, Uncle Pete is back.
Thank you.
But even more important, Eric.
Yeah, great having Eric.
Finally gets to join us for one. And,
good to see you, man.
And JR, how hot? 108? Is that right? What the damn?
That's a dry heat, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't care dry heat or nothing, man.
That's
walk
such a
out
crazy
in 108 saying. And it's like walking out, like right out of the shower with no clothes on. At
the next 2 days, our heat index is supposed to be over 100.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
well, you know what?
I'll be outside working in it, too.
Oh.
You know what? Every time it's like 108, 110. When I get a hot day like that, I think to myself, this is what I trade for the Michigan winters. And
yeah, it's the extreme.
I love Michigan beers. I miss all my friends dearly from Michigan. But when winter comes around, I am going to be saying, you know what? Those 108-degree days weren't so bad. So,
and he's going to be telling us that he's going to be freezing at 50 degrees while we're freezing at you know what. So,
well, I look at it this way:
as long as I can play golf year-round.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. But I look at it this way: you can always put more clothes on. We take so many off, and when it gets into the hundreds and hundreds, then
it's a drive.
JR, I miss those winter Wednesday evenings coming over there to the island and doing the podcast, man. That's what I miss.
Well,
even though it was winter, that was good activity all winter long.
Trust me, there's a lot of things I miss. Mostly my friends, the beers, the breweries, and I don't miss the roads though.
We don't either.
I can't do 108.
We live here.
Right?
108's pretty hot.
It was 85 when I was golfing Friday and Saturday, and I was dying.
It's 70 degrees indoors in the air conditioner, so.
Oh, that's nice.
All right, guys, let's
wrap it up.
Yeah. One final thought. Just I hope your listeners enjoy when we all have the same beers from the same brewery. It's really been a treat.
This is cool.
For this one, and I'm hoping that Ross did the Foothills Brewing. That was really cool. That we got to try all this Foothills beer. So we're going to try to incorporate this more often. I have a relationship with Tombstone Brewing,
I was going to say a Tombstone.
I'll volunteer. I'll volunteer to share Maine because I'm going in September, and I'll send beers to everybody from Allagash, Bissell Brothers.
Oh, I thought you said Maine Brewing.
Maine Beer.
Yeah.
Maine Beer Company.
Lunch and breakfast?
Yep. I'll be there, so I'd love to do a future one on that, you guys.
So, as it gets towards the end of the summer when the triple-digit heat subsides here in Arizona, I'd love to
when you can ship
ship some Tombstone beers out to you all, and I'm going to talk to Weedy the brewer.
Weedy?
His name is Weedy Wiedenthal.
He's got a cool name too.
Weedy Wiedenthal.
Nice. That's a brewer's name, isn't it?
It is.
So Weedy had a tough day the other day. If you want to find out why,
with the crash cans.
Yes, just go to the Tombstone Facebook page.
Oh man,
I
saw that.
Canned a big pallet of rye IPA that took a tumble in the parking lot, but
you didn't lose too much. That's good.
We only lost 4 cases. I don't know, 100 or so, but they make great beers, and I look forward to sharing them with you guys. So and with you listeners. So and listeners, if you have a favorite brewery, let us know. And if one of us is within, stone's throw distance, we'll grab some beers and review your beers. And if there's any brewers listening and you want us to review your beers, we're not, no shame in our game.
I will contact Pelican and be like, you guys got some other Valstorms you could part with? Because all 5 of us need them one.
We will gladly review your beers.
Contact us and send them to us.
Yeah.
We'll be happy to review them.
I think the ones that Doug entered in the state fair brewing competition, we should try those.
Hey,
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Another 5 bottles apiece will be out of beer already.
Or maybe just Pete, Doug, and I.
For research. Research. Okay,
right.
research it out.
Those triple the triple IPA is kicking in now, so things are going downhill. So we're going to head to Mexico City. So thanks again for listening. Catch us on iTunes, I believe, at ChristopherMedia.net. You can download all our episodes and find us at Beer Nuts Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. So as they say in old Mexico City, AMF.
ChristopherMedia.net. Everyone shouts about how fast their broadband is.
We're fast, mega fast, stupid fast, almost too fast.
But what do they say about reliability? Well, Dublin, with Virgin Media, you get both. Ireland's fastest broadband network and 99.9% network reliability. Reliability at speed. See virginmedia.ie.
Terms and conditions apply. Ireland's fastest broadband network as awarded by Ookla. Network reliability. See virginmedia.ie/proof.
SuperValue online shopping delivers convenience. And now with €15 off your first online shop over €75, we deliver value too. Or with our free click and collect service, you can pick it up in store, packed and ready to go. Shop online now at supervalue.ie. It's got to be SuperValue.
ChristopherMedia.net.
If you like this show, please tell a friend. Please make sure to rate and comment on all your favorite Christopher Media shows. Please follow us on Twitter and like and share us on Facebook. You can subscribe to all ChristopherMedia.net shows for free on ChristopherMedia.net. Thank you for listening, and thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
And now more Straight Talk from Straight Talk. The big wireless companies say they're the only way to get the best coverage.
Because they've got like a gajillion cell towers?
Something like that. But Straight Talk Wireless runs on those same towers, so you get the same great networks for up to 50% less.
I wonder if they're counting that one in Kickapoo, Kansas.
Oh boy. Switch today and get our unlimited plan for just $45 a month with 25 gigs at high speeds and no contract. Straight Talk Wireless, only at Walmart.
Savings may vary. See straighttalk.com.
Good afternoon. Would you like to try a free sample of our double fudge brownie?
Oh, sure. That's very good. I'll just take one more, just to be sure. Yep, still very good.
Some things never change. Like never being able to take just one free sample. And Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Is that macadamia nut I taste? Let me take one more.
Sir?
Yeah, I thought so.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.